No, you have been one of the strongest advocates of opening up Singapore to foreign talent. I think the arguments are fairly well known, but would we be forever,
At the rate we are reproducing ourselves, yes. Otherwise, you'll end up in 2050, 1.5 persons working to support 2. Not tenable. The whole economy will collapse. And because the burden will be so great, the bright young ones will emigrate rather than pay those heavy burdens. Not possible. I mean, you watch Japan, the economy cannot recover because the older people don't spend so much and they don't work as productively as the younger ones. And their population will sink to 90 million from 127 by 2030. And the number of old people are growing, numbers of them. They refuse to take immigrants, but they've got illegal immigrants. It is not possible, I mean. Why do you think we are asking Singaporeans to reproduce themselves? Because they are not reproducing themselves, we have to depend on the children of the migrants to become Singaporeans. So that the ratio will always be a majority of Singaporeans. So we are making sure that they are spread out. And their neighbors are Singaporeans, and their children are in a neighborhood of Singaporeans and go to school with them. I mean, you cannot change the present generation, whether Indians, Chinese, or whatever. But you can definitely absorb the next generation because they come in, either they're born here, they're very young, they go to our schools, primary schools, they begin to talk like Tauli, and they begin to behave like Singaporeans.
Given that the proportion of the foreigners has gone up so much, also there's some simmering resentment, is it time now to pay a bit more attention to, soothing the feelings of the citizen?
Some of them come from the smartest schools, high standards, and they end up winning the prizes in school. Bilingual prizes, other prizes, and some scholarships also. So Singapore parents know that their children are going to meet fierce competition. But my answer to that is, you want this chap working on this is a tug of war, right? We want to pull investments in our side. You want him to join the Vietnamese or the Chinese team, or be one fellow on your side pulling it your way. Your numbers are diminishing. If we were back in the 1960s, 4 children per family, we won't have to just this matter will not arise. But then we would never have had the accumulated capital to create the infrastructure and the schools and the educational institutions that we have created. Because we'll be always trying to catch up with the population. Today we'll be barging with about 6-7 million of our own. But all the developed countries, the women have got equal education and job opportunities. The birth rates go down. What's that?
I think it's been stated that whilst we allow foreigners in, we will try to maintain the racial composition in Singapore.
Absolutely.
How difficult is that going to be in the years to come?
Well, the difficulty will be to find the equivalent number of Malays or Muslims to get those numbers up, because the numbers of Muslims from Malaysia and Indonesia who want to join us are far and few between. Of course, if you let in the laborers, then you'll be flooded. But if you apply the same standards, educational standards, No, they have less competition where they are, and they got more opportunities. Why should they come here? There are a few Arabs who have come, particularly those married to Muslim women who have been working in the Gulf, and they have decided, well, no, this is not a bad place, I'll come here, and we've not prevented women from bringing their spouses back. I'm not sure it's in large numbers, but I mean, it's a trickle.
And is there a worry that the influx of foreign workers to Singapore will further dilute that national identity we're trying to build, the nationalism that we're trying to foster?
Probably. But what's the choice? No, what's the choice, I ask you? I keep on saying, look, let's get 2 at least, if possible 3. It's not working. Well, it's not working, I mean, what's the choice?
What has to change in Singapore before you consider Singapore to be a nation?
I think there must be a sense of self, a sense of identity. That you're prepared to die for your country, that you're prepared to die for each other. I mean, you just look at the Chinese, how many times they've been invaded, but then they recreated themselves when the invaders got weak. Because there is that cohesiveness, same language, same culture, and the same Han race. That's that. Are we the same language, same culture? No. We have adopted one language, which is a foreign language. If we lose our second language, we have lost all sense of our identity. What is the Singaporean? 44, 45 years. You don't create a nation in 45 years.
What is your own conception of what constitutes the Singapore identity?
My definition of a Singaporean, which will make us different from any others, is that we accept whoever joins us is part of us. I think that must be our defining attribute. If we don't have that attribute, we say we are going to have only those who are like us. Chinese from China like us, Indians from India like us, Malays from Malaysia are different from us now. But in time they come here, they change. I think that's the defining attribute.